Alrighty guys, I haven't gotten much done today that I wanted to get done at all. I did manage to go to Joe's. That turned out good. I was happy to get out of the house, but I put aside my morning. So did Joe, for fitting me in. I hate taking away time from his busy day. But I went over there this morning, pulled 4 saws, bullshitted for a while. It was nice to see him. And Steven that's over there, so I got to shoot the shit with both of them. And then I didn't get the 400 boxed up. I didn't get any test runs with that 661 or 651. The guy messaged me back. He says that is a 661 with a 651 side cover. Apparently when that saw took a hit and broke the back handle where the black tape is and broke that mount out that I had to fix. Sounded like the rewind took a hit as well, so I guess that makes sense. That's why that rewind looks so much brighter than the rest of the saw. So that's okay. I can buy a badge for it later, or I might have a 661 rewind in the box down here. Have it looked, but so I didn't get to. I'm tired too. I didn't get to. Got no sleep from the last video I made you, and then went to Joe's. Then had to watch my grandson. Then after that, I had to work late afternoon shift at work. Got out of work about 7:30, and then I did take a small nap, and then come out here to try to get a few things done in the garage. My goal tonight is to get that 400 boxed up, and possibly one of these. I gotta get a hold of the guy and see what one he wants to test out for me. But in the process, I had each one of these saws pulled multiple dyno pulls. I have lost. I either left it at Joe's, or when I had the windows down in the truck and when wind was whipping around, I have lost a dyno sheet. But it's okay. I remember what the saw made in my head. But let's go down the line first. The one that I say is shit slapped together or whatever. Its best pull was just a touch over 6 horse, and I think its worst pull was 5.85, if I recall. The torque was up there. It was in the 3.4 range for torque, which makes sense. It pulls a 3/8 chain very nicely. And then the cylinder that I had in stickers 2.0, I flip-flopped. Because that cylinder in this chassis on a different dyno was 5 3/4. I've got a picture of that in my text messages. But on that cylinder, I don't have one right here quite ready. On the back secondaries, I carved deeper into the wall, and I didn't lengthen them like I typically do. So the secondaries come in and then they hit, and it forced them around, and I think it created a bottleneck, and it actually, I was reading my wash pattern, and I think I was actually trapping a section of spent gases in the back corner by the intake, which cost me a little bit of horsepower when it was in stickers 2.0. And I suspect the higher up it went, the harsher that became, because I pulled that. All I did to that cylinder was when I pulled it off this saw, which at that time was 5.75 horse, 5 3/4 horse. All I did was flattened. I took that curve out and I just flattened it so it hugged tighter to the back side of the wall. I didn't change any porting numbers or anything, and I took the experimental cylinder off that saw because I wanted to see how that I wanted to see if that popped, because I've changed coil, I've changed countless plugs, and with the cylinder that's in this one now and that one, I was getting crazy RPM with the cylinder, but I was getting one hellacious pop pity party. It would come and go, pain to tune, and I wanted to find out if it was the saw or the cylinder. I swapped cylinders, and problem went away. And that one we called No Name, is what we called that one. Right here on the thing. That one we called Slappy. And I can't find Slappy's dyno sheet, but its best pull was 6.3. I don't remember what the torque was on its best pull, but it settled in at 3.43 foot-pounds of torque, and at 6.26 horses where that one settled in at, and looked like it was peaking around the 12,000 range. Yeah, that one was peaking around the 12,000 range, and I want to pin these two together with 3/8 bars and chains, but I was going to race this one as my 4-cuber. I'm leaning towards, and that did that with a Paper Element MS400 filter that fits the A2 designs. And speaking of A2 designs, I get home today and I got in a surprise box from him. He sent me 3 A2D kits with, I believe this is his newest style cage that's easier to 3D print for him. With this filter setup, I suspect with this filter setup, this saw would have made even more power. But I'll probably have to test that out in the test cuts, because I will be putting one of them filter on that saw. And then I'm thinking, can't remember where Slappy peaked out at, but I think that saw will stomp that one. I know when I cut with that after putting Stickers 2.0 cylinder on it, that I reworked the secondaries on it. I was going to sell that saw, and I don't think I am. I went out and I cut with it, and I should have. My phone was sitting on the charger in my truck. I didn't get any video footage of these getting pulled, but that saw sounded amazing on the dyno. It come up, it hit hard. Joe run the knob all the way through to put full load on it, and that saw just did not want to give up. She just roared like a lion, and just even under full load on the dyno, it just come down, hunker down, and it did not want it. It had no quit in it, no quit at all. And I think that's why when I test cut with that, I was like, ooh, that's something special, because that saw's got that, I don't know how to describe it, it's got that feeling that when I stuff the dogs and I can wrench around on it, and it makes me happy. I can just reef on it. And I'm a little bit of a heavy-handed racer, so I think that would be good for me. I'm probably going to have my butt kicked in the 4-cube anyway. I'm a horrible racer, and I don't have a 4-cube race saw, so I'm going to be running a 3-cube and a 4-cube. But love how that saw feels, and I think it's only going to get stronger as time goes on, because it doesn't even got a tank of fuel run through it. So that cylinder head, I think I put about a half a tank through it. He put about a half a tank through it in his test cuts and dyno pulls, and then I'm gonna say I re-scotch braided the cylinder after I moved them, filleted them secondaries in, and I'm thrilled with how that's running. It that saw has a fun factor of 10 for me on it, for not just for like racing, but for like if I was like, I'm gonna be ordering a rubber grip and a full aluminum handle for it, and then I'm so happy how that thing runs. When I do the purple crankcase, I might swap the carburetor, muffler, and cylinder. I might use that saw, all the parts off it. I might use that saw to build my purple one. That way I know I don't send it down the road. I'm very, very happy with it. But anyway, blibber blabbering on here. That's the no name out of the way. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it definitely hits hard. Nice big broad sweep. The crank swapped one, the one that's got the Husqvarna piston in it. I got I think this is the average between the 3 poles on it. It hit 6, just a little bit beyond 6, and it had one that was a little bit below 6, and then it had one that was almost 6, and it looks like all 3 of the poles averaged out at 5.82. I'm still going to call it 6. It hit 6, but that's with no machine work yet. That is solely piston, crank swap, and porting work. The first time I had it pulled, I'd have to look back through the videos. I think I wasn't impressed with it. That was on the 107 roof, and all I did was change the exhaust roof and put it back together, and that thing's an experiment. I am thinking with that flat top piston there, I'm thinking about cutting a flat band into the chamber. But I haven't even touched the base on it yet, because that taller piston fit in there when I swapped that crank with that 10mm Husky piston. It allowed me to go really wide on the exhaust port, which you typically can't do on these. Unless you go one ring, pull the ring off and run one ring, but then you're still limited by the skirt, and this is a full circle skirted piston, so it allowed me to get really creative with the exhaust port on it. And this is also my lowest compression 4910. I think its best static compression test was 160, and I still managed to squeak out 6 horse in it. But I think I need to dink around with chamber cutting and then tweaking the ports just a little bit more, and see what happens then. Basically, we're going to keep trying stuff until it starts going in the opposite direction, and then I'll start over with a different cylinder. And then, yeah, so that's that one. It put up 3.32 foot-pounds of torque on the average. Nice big sweeping curve. And I got like a hair or something, that cat hair or something. Probably little baby kitty cats or something. But nice big sweeping curve. Runs good. I know my buddy's got a race coming up on the 5th, and then Sawfest. Might send him that one. But I still got tinkering to do with this one. It's still way hit and miss. Stickers 2.0 with the overlapping transfer cylinder, full circle crank. Modified carburetor. It's stock carburetor, they're modified. Its best pull is 6.51, and it stretches way up there, but it did that popping PD party pop on me there, and I think that when it goes into that popping mode, I'm losing power. So whatever it is, it's in this cylinder, because it was popping hard on me on that saw. I switched cylinders, no pop, now this saw has pop. This saw didn't have pop before. So, and I know there's nothing wrong with the coil in this one. So, it's my port work that is creating a problem. This saw really reaches out, even with the chain and the load of the dyno. It still free spools up on the dyno like 15.5 or whatever, with no load on the dyno. And like I said, it put up 6.51 was its best. It looks like it averaged at 3.2 foot-pounds of torque and 6.2 average, and it's more of a up and down, you know, peak area, but it peaked out at about 12.8. It spools way more than that, especially if you're just letting it cut in the wood. But the dyno puts it under a load, and I think that's about where it was dropping off when I was, you know, reefing in on it. I'd like to get the pop out of it, but I think I'm gonna have to tweak more with this one. This one would probably suit my buddy's racing needs that he was after, but it's too unreliable right now. It's all over the maps. It's a bitch to tune, and it's a bitch to hold a tune. So I think I'm gonna send the crank swapped one to him. Let him try it if he wants to race it. If he doesn't want to race it, it's not no big deal. I am not sure what's in store for the one I slapped together. Love how it runs too. Does have some hash and trash on the piston. It was a used, damaged piston that I threw in it, and it's got two different rings. I don't know. I might buy a new piston for it, pop the cylinder off, and throw a new piston in it. But oh, this has a different piston. That's got stock piston in it. This has a modified stock piston where I did stuff to the top of it and sloped off the exhaust port, which did change the porting numbers a wee bit on that funky transfer, so I got some things I got to do to get this to come around to where I want it. I was able, you know, I was after cookie cutter mode with that cylinder. I achieved that, but I've got a dang pop that just won't go away, so I don't know. Part of me wants to cut the shit out of the chamber on that cylinder, widen the crap out of the exhaust port, and dump it from this saw onto the crank piston swapped one and see what happens to it. I have a feeling these two are going to get a lot of flipped and flopped parts and see what the best combo I can come. I really wanted this version of stickers to outdo the other one, and stickers first generation, it's got overlapping transfers, but not as aggressive as this. It's got it more like what my shins got. That's another option I was thinking too, is steal the piston and cylinder off my shin and throw it in there and just almost have an identical saws stickers. 0.1, but I don't know. I got a lot of thinking to do, and I haven't gotten. I'm gonna set these up before I lose these. But I didn't get anything done out here that I wanted to get out. And the bouncy Michigan road stirred up my stones. I've passed a few stones today after getting back from Joe's. Guess that's a good thing. But my side's hurting. I don't know. It could have been I was hauling dirt in the dump truck too. It could have been bouncing around the dump truck too. So I don't know. Something stirred up. Of course, I've been drinking more of that Stonebreaker tea too, so maybe it's dissolving them and help getting them out. But I think my next check, I'm gonna order up 2. If I got enough, I'm gonna try to order up 2, if not 3 sets of 501 handles and the rubber grips. I'm going to get this thing set up with one of them foam filters, and I'm probably, I think I'm going to, I still got the 3/8 rim on that, getting the dyno pulls. I think I'm going to throw this boring chain, get that filter on it, so the next time I play, I think I'll run that as my 3-cuber. I think I'll just set this one off to the side. Maybe I don't really want to dink with this one anymore. I like how it runs, other than maybe picking up a better piston for it. But hey, if it runs with what it's got in it, I might just leave it alone. But might set this off to the side as a backup racer or whatever. And if I'm for sure planning on going to Sawfest, but if I can't make it or whatever, I don't know. Maybe somebody will need a loaner saw or something. But I think I need to message my buddy and see if he wants to run that one and see what happens. I think I got to dink with this one more. I don't know if I cut more out of the chamber to get rid of the top, or just abandon. Those funky transfers and go at it a little different. No, I don't know. But I'm going to get this stuff taken care of. Message a few people. And then I'm going to get to boxing up saws. I had a 4910 show up here today too for port work. I got to do that 201 first. And then I said a couple other people I'd take on there. 4910, 501, I can't remember. Which I'm hoping by the time I'm done with that 201, another one will show up, and then I can do 2 of them back to back, so I ain't got to change all my tooling and stuff. I'm going to end up having to get some more straight shank grinders here before too long. I've changed tooling out on them so much that it's wobbling out the chuck key parts there, and it's getting hard to snug them down. So, yeah. So, alright, I've blibber blabbered on here enough. There's some dyno results. No record breakers, just experimenting on stuff. That's stronger than what it was the last time I went there, so, yeah. That's my plan. You guys take it easy and have a good one.